It's from me.
Call the Premier.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, I lay upon the table of the House the public report of ministerial expenses for the period 1st July to 31st December 2021.
I call the acting leader of the House.
Mr Speaker, I seek leave to move a motion without notice.
Is leave granted?
Aye.
Leave is granted.
I move that Standing Order 231
So call the Honourable Lord Premier.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, any driver filling up recently would have received a nasty shock. Petrol has skyrocketed, even up to beyond $2 a litre. Some are facing the very real prospect of $200 to fill the family car. This puts enormous strain on household budgets, especially for those battling to make ends meet. Mr Speaker, while we cannot control the global events that have led to this price hike, there is something we can do. Mr Speaker, we are going to make that cost of buying electric cars just a little bit cheaper. Mr Speaker, I can today announce that our government will provide a $3,000 subsidy for anyone buying an electric vehicle to the value of $58,000. The Transport Minister will shortly go into more detail. I'm advised that this brings 5 electric models. Are you against electric vehicles now?
No, against it all.
I'm advised this brings 5 electric models within closer reach. I'm advised this would make electric vehicles a comparable choice to new cars like Hyundai Santa Fe, Holden Colorado, Volkswagen Amarok or Mitsubishi Triton. Mr Speaker, this is a key component of our zero-emissions vehicle strategy. It provides $45 million over 3 years for the Vehicle Purchase Incentive Program and a further $10 million to accelerate places to charge them. Mr Speaker, I'm advised electric vehicles are cheaper to run and because they have fewer parts.
Order, members.
Cause so much debate, Mr Speaker, at this hour of the morning.
I can feel electricity in the room, Premier.
Dad.
A greater take-up of new electric vehicles means more in the used car market, making them even cheaper and within reach of those with less money to spend. Mr Speaker, Queensland has always forged a path for electric vehicles. The government plans for our state's future, the future jobs and the future industries. No state has a better developed superhighway of recharging stations. Our next step is to develop the rare earth—
Sorry, Premier. Member for Logan, member for Burleigh. You'll cease your discussion, or otherwise you can take it outside. Premier, you have the call.
Thank you. Our next step is to develop the rare earth minerals, particularly in the northwest of our state, and use them to manufacture batteries, even the vehicles themselves. And then there is our $2 billion renewable energy strategy, including the development of the hydrogen industry. The goal is to reduce our emissions, reduce the impact of climate change, and strengthen and rebuild our economy. Mr Speaker, global warming is real. Climate change increases the frequency and severity of extreme weather, as we have seen all too clearly and all too recently. No one can reduce these impacts alone. We have to all play our part together. Mr Speaker, we have learned from the bitter experiences when it comes to fuel prices. What goes up does not generally come down. Electric vehicles give people a choice. Our zero-emissions vehicle strategy brings that choice within closer reach, along with a cleaner environment. Mr Speaker, the results are in, and today I can confirm that Queensland students get an A+ in 2022. The last 2 years have been the toughest and disruptive time for many Queensland students in the history of our state. They've had to overcome floods, fires, a global pandemic, being separated from their mates, and a new program of learning from home. Despite all of that, based on the latest NAPLAN results out this week, I can safely say that this cohort is among the best and brightest we've seen in Queensland. Mr Speaker, there are too many to name, but let me go through some of the schools. Crow's Nest State School, exceptional numeracy results among Year 7s and 9s. Millmerran, strong numeracy results among Years 7 and 9. Mundubbera State School, strong reading results among Years 3 and 5. Beanley State School, strong writing results among Years 3 and 5. Brisbane Central State School and the Minister for Education's electorate, strong reading results from Years 3 and 5. Bundaberg North State School, strong numeracy results among Years 3 and 5. Caravonica State School, strong reading results among Years 3 and 5. East Brisbane State School, same at Year 3 and 5. 8 Mile Plain State School, Gingin State School, Glenalla State School, Kalki State School, Lowood State School, Milchester State School, Minden State School, Mooloolah State School. Member for Glasshouse. Good news. Mount Cotton State School, Robertson State School in Toohey. He just goes over their head, Mr Speaker. Sunnybank Hill State School. I'm telling you, good news for this. Oh, Mr Speaker. Pangul State School,
Order.
State School
Order,
and
members.
Wooloowin State School, just to name a few. And across the board, Queensland students produced some great results. In particular, students at the Queensland Academy for Science, Mathematics and Technology performed very well. The Academy's results were above the average across every category when compared to schools with students from similar backgrounds. And Queensland's Year 3 students recorded their strongest writing results ever, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, I congratulate all 274,000 Queensland school students who participated in NAPLAN last year. And a big thank you to the teachers, principals, staff, parents and carers who prepared students for their exams. Now, you two. Now. Mr Speaker, these results are a testament— oh, goodness me.
Order, members. Order. Members to my left. Members to my left. Member for McConnell, I don't think we need your commentary this morning. Premier has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. These results are a testament to the hard work of all teachers, staff, students and their families. They also reflect strongly on our investment in education. Our government has invested $5.2 billion in education. Mr Speaker, we've built 21 new schools, including 3 new schools which I opened earlier this year. And I'm proud to say that we're investing another $1 billion to open an extra 11 state schools in 2023 and 2024, Mr Speaker. And we'll continue to invest in schools, our teachers, to ensure that we give Queensland students the very best possible start in life. And, Mr Speaker, more good news to come today. Our Nothing Beats Queensland. It's the slogan that encouraged millions of Australians to return to our state after the devastating floods in 2011. Today I can announce we're bringing it back. Mr Speaker, for the last 2 years, Queenslanders have fought bravely against COVID-19, and just as we start to see the light at the end of the tunnel, floodwaters ripped through much of the south-east, causing more heartache for local businesses. This week, along with the Minister for Tourism, I'll launch a new tourism marketing blitz to help struggling businesses rebuild from the impacts of COVID-19 and the floods. From this Sunday, our Nothing Beats Queensland campaign will be in print, online, on the radio airwaves, on social media and on TV, from Victoria to New South Wales and right across Queensland over the next 3 weeks. Mr Speaker, we know it works. Following the floods in 2011, we saw Australians return to Queensland in their droves as a result of this campaign. Through our Nothing Beats Queensland campaign, we expect to reach more than 9 million people this year. In total, this initiative could generate up to $3.4 billion for local businesses between March and June. Mr Speaker, we're focusing on encouraging Australians to visit our hardest-hit tourism regions in time for Easter. Whether it's enjoying the theme parks on our great Gold Coast, learning to surf on the Sunshine Coast, or trying wines in the southern Queensland country region, perhaps even the drop that you're launching on Saturday, Mr Speaker. There's plenty to enjoy right here across Queensland for the Easter holidays. Mr Speaker, I'm also pleased to report that bookings are picking up in some of our key tourism destinations, including the Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, Fraser Coast and Cairns, where occupancy is now at around 75% for the Easter long weekend. Isn't that great? Let's get it up to 100%. Mr Speaker, rebuilding Queensland's tourism industry is central to our plan for economic recovery. Since the onset of COVID, we've committed $1.1 billion to support the tourism industry. We'll continue to work closely with the industry to help tourism operators get back on their feet. And finally, Mr Speaker, it's a tale that will live forever in Australian sporting folklore. 2 young Queenslanders running side by side with the hopes of a nation on their shoulders. One, Ash Maloney, was about to win bronze at the Tokyo Olympics, Australia's first Olympic medal in decathlon. The other, Cedric Dubler, was about to win something just as special. It was the dying seconds of their final event. Ash was fading fast, but Cedric, sacrificing his own performance, won the respect of millions when he spent the rest of the race encouraging his mate to finish. It was a remarkable performance. That's why it will come as no surprise to many that this week Cedric Dubler has been honoured by the Australian Olympic Committee, receiving the inaugural Cecil Healy Award for outstanding sportsmanship displayed at an Olympic Games. I offer Cedric our heartfelt congratulations on behalf of the government and I'm sure on behalf of this House. He has left a huge mark on the Olympics and has represented his state with pride. Mr Speaker, we teach our children that sport is not just about the winning and the losing. It's about how you play the game. Soon Queensland will host its own Olympic and Paralympic Games. I can only hope that the Queenslanders who represent their state and their country here at home in 2032 are inspired to follow Cedric's example. One more. Mr Speaker, Queensland's strength is also in its regions. No other state can match the richness and diversity of our regions. They all make great contributions to our economy. Last night, it was a pleasure to welcome to Parliament the Greater Whitsunday Alliance. And I want to acknowledge our Assistant Minister, Member for Mackay, and also the Member for Whitsunday. The Mackay, Isaac and Whitsunday councils have linked up in a very impressive collaboration. We all know their traditional strengths, mining, tourism, agriculture, but they are proud of those. But we also saw last night the Greater Whitsunday Alliance is determined to diversify and grow, to add many more strings to their bow to make a bigger contribution to our state. In aviation, in aerospace, aquaculture, bioproducts, education, skills and training. It was wonderful last night to see how the three councils are absolutely in lockstep, backing each other and backing the people in their region. Stephen Boxall, the CEO of the Resources Centre of Excellence, spoke about the skills and workforce potential of Mackay. Isaac Mayor Anne Baker explained how her region's massive role in our mining wealth is only a part of the contribution to Queensland. And Whitsunday CEO Rod Ferguson told us how even he came to be impressed by how much more his area has to offer, as well as tourism. Mr Speaker, we have backed the Greater Whitsunday region before and during COVID downturn, and will continue to support their push for more investment and more development. And I congratulate the Alliance and CEO Kylie Porter for last night's outstanding showcase.